Hello and welcome. Today we're checking out Sryth. This is, it's a little different. It's a game that's been out for 17 years. This is a, sort of like a text-based adventure game that you play in your browser. It's free. You can pay if you wish, but it's a free game that is on Kickstarter at the moment, trying to raise money for a new expansion. I'd never heard of the thing, and so I dug a little deeper to try to check it out, and it looks kind of interesting. So here's the Kickstarter page going on right now, and they're raising some money for that expansion, of course. But here's the game. It's just played in the browser at sryth.com, and it's just sort of a single-player fantasy RPG, mostly text-based. And you create a character and venture off into this, like, apparently a very large world that has developed over the many, many years of this game happening. And I thought, here's a screenshot, for instance, of the game. I thought we should try this thing out. So that's what we're going to do today. We'll make this thing full screen and maybe zoom in a little bit so we can actually see some things. And I can only get one character as a free member. You can play, I guess there's additional, like, adventures and things that happen with paid people, but I'm a free guy, so let's try this thing out. Let's create a new adventure. Alright. I am a superhuman stamina. Incredible melee points. Yeah, sure, it's all good. Do I have magical ability? No, I don't. I want magical ability. Yes, magical ability. Okay. You should accept, says the game. Sounds good to me. I have a bonus in diplomacy, arcana, woodmanship, unarmed combat, seamanship, thievery. Okay, sounds good to me. I'm not very strong, but I'm exceptionally agile. Okay, works for me. I will be a male, and by the way, music I'm playing, this is Kevin MacLeod stuff. I'm playing in the background. My name is Nook. Here's my name. Okay, let's do this. Let's play. Nook is just about ready to set out on his adventures. First, you'll need to choose his starting skills and magical power. Will do. All right, so I get 20 points to spend, no more than 4 in each of these skills. I think I want some arcana. I'm already good at unarmed combat. We might just go in there and just start punching folks? I think so. Yeah. Unarmed combat, that's going to be our thing. No more than 4 of this. Among no more than 4. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we're going to go unarmed combat. We'll do a little arcana. And we'll do a little bit of maybe some thievery. Steal somebody's pants maybe along the way. And woodsmanship, right? That's what we had already. Let's do that. Those 4 are good. Okay, Nook can start with 1 magical discipline. Select 1 link in the link below. Gating. I'm not sure what gating is. Fortification, illusion, necromancy. Yeah. Nook the Necromancer. Your adventures are about to begin. You're a lone passenger on a coach bound for Hawklore, a small settlement tucked in the Heart Hills region of southwest Taiza. So I can click on these things, and I guess it's going to give me, stories about it. We can see what Hawklore is all about, and primarily farmers and woodcutters. Okay. If you want to see a map we can click there. Oh, and there's a map. We are where? I missed where we are. It's a giant map. It's a giant map. Okay. I need my this back. Hawklore in yellow in the lower left portion of the map. Hawklore. There it is. That's where I'm at. Okay, I'm right down there. And there's Hawklore. Oh, okay, interesting. There's the Heart Hills. That's where we're... Yeah. I got it. Okay. You never before been to this part of the kingdom, but an insatiable thirst for adventure has at last drawn you out of the quiet existence you've long known into the wider, albeit more perilous, world. Okay. You can see all my stats on over this way. I have, I guess I have items with me. I have a short sword, apparently. I got a shirt. I got some sleeves. I got an enchanted map with me. There's my skills we saw before. My powers. I have some necromancy. For some experience, I can train that to level 2. I'm not sure what these... Oh, adventures. Available adventures. Okay. Let's go back. First step you took on your journey toward becoming a professional adventurer was to embark on the long and arduous trek from the safety of your doorstep to the gates of Taisa's capital city, Talonus. It's on one of these nearby. Where's Talonus? We're going from here to where? We don't know where. Here. Okay, so we're going up this way. All right. It's one of these early legs of the journey, a bright, crisp autumn morning, that you meet up with a coach on the southern outskirts of the Heart Hills. When you learn that the coachman and his sturdy wagon are ultimately destined for the nearby village of Hawklore, your mind is made up. Weary from your recent travels, you pay the driver what seems to be a meager fare. Climb aboard, somewhat surprised to find yourself a sole occupant of the road-worn carriage's cramped, uncomfortable interior. Okay. Only moments after you've taken your seat, the coach lurches to a start, rumbling and clattering over the twisting, uneven road that steadily winds its way north, deeper into the heart of the kingdom of Taisa. Okay. However, as the wilds of the world are dangerous, unpredictable places where even the very wary may suddenly find themselves facing perils, both grave and unexpected. An overcast afternoon in early autumn at the edge of the seldom-used forest road a few miles south of Hawklore, your eyes creep open as a painful gasp escapes through the thin slit separating your cracked, swollen lips. The intense throbbing ache on the right side of your head forces your eyes close as you struggle to remember and begin making sense of your current circumstance. The discomfort momentarily ebbs, and once more your eyelids slowly part. With your sight rapidly clearing, you quietly begin to gather your bearings. You quickly discover that to your dismay, that you're seated on the ground at the base of a tree. Your battered torso, bound to the trunk of a rough-skinned forest giant by a thick, unyielding length of rope. This isn't starting out well. From what you can tell, given the restrictive awkwardness of the position, you no longer have your weapons. You have to use no more weapons, so I'm going to have just my fists. It's okay, that's what I do. I do fists. You have little recollection of the attack of the coach, save for your confrontation with the apparent leader of the bandits, an ill-conceived scuffle that ended with the cudgel-wielding brigand delivered a staggering blow to the side of your head. It was that savage, well-placed strike that apparently robbed you of consciousness and ultimately landed in your current predicament. Taking care not to attract attention to yourself, you test the rope that encircles your torso, only to discover that the thick, unforgiving bindings offers you little hope of slipping free. Instinct takes over. Realizing that you cannot afford to remain in such a vulnerable position, bound and weaponless, you hurriedly begin to formulate a plan of escape. At that precise moment, with your thoughts beginning to race, that a soft, feminine voice slips into your left ear. Not just yet. Let me distract them. Startled by the voice, you turn in the direction of the sound, only to find that there is none. Be still. This time the whisper, noticeably harsher, slips into your right ear. You won't see me, and neither will they. Don't call attention to yourself. Keep still. You're almost free. I'm going to draw them off. You're about to whisper a reply in an attempt to discover the identity of your unseen would-be rescuer when you suddenly feel the ropes binding you to the tree loosen against your chest. There, you're free, whispers a voice in your left ear. But don't move yet. Wait until they're gone and then take flight. West through the forest. When you reach a stream, follow it north to the split rock. I'll meet you there. Here, take this before you go. You might need it. Something lands softly on the ground to your right, turning only your head. You glance down at the dagger that's just been deposited next to your leg. I don't need daggers, I do fists. Without a second thought, you furtively take possession of the weapon. Okay. Yeah, I'll grab it. Be sure to wield your dagger. No, I'm not wielding it because I'm an unarmed guy. Unarmed skill is not yet hardened. Oh, okay, maybe I will grab a dagger. Okay, put the dagger in my hand. Got it. Okay. Heeding the whispered directive, you remain still, your eyes fixed on the three men standing less than a dozen yards away. Their backs are turned to you as they peer along the winding forest road. It seems as if they're waiting for something. Suddenly, a voice cries out to the right of the bandits. In unison, the three brigands spin their head in the direction of that unexpected sound. The voice, unmistakably the same one that only moments ago whispered into your ear, again calls out, cruelly taunting the bewildering trio. As the men take a few cautious steps toward the edge of the clearing, one of them turns and glances at you. Apparently satisfied with what he sees, he promptly turns away and continues after his cohorts. Your captors reach the wall of undergrowth at the side of the clearing and halt. The voice, now considerably more distant, continues to call out to them. Though it's plain to you that the men are leery of following their unseen agitator into the wood. Freed from the ropes that bound you, you realizing that your window of opportunity may fast be closing, you swiftly and quietly regain your feet. Giving yourself only a moment to recover your balance, quickly attempt to determine your next course of action. Okay, so do we go the way that the voice told us to go, or do we attack our captors? I think we have to go the way. We have to go. We can't attack them. Let's run. Trusting what you are told by the whispering voice with no desire to linger here in the presence of your captors, you attempt to sneak off to the west. Okay. You'll now need to pick a random number to see if you'll be successful attempting to sneak off. If you selected either woodsmanship or thievery as a skill, a bonus... Oh, yeah, I have that. Okay. Pick a number. Okay. Success! Okay. Stealing quietly through the dense undergrowth, you manage to move away from your captors without being detected. You stealthily cross the narrow, overgrown road and plunge into forests. Once beneath the trees, you briefly pause to listen for any sound that might indicate the bandits have noticed your escape and taken up pursuit. Satisfied by the reassuring silence at your surroundings, of your surroundings, you promptly resume your flight, heading swiftly west, deeper into the woods. You head north and west through the woods, skirting around the dense thickets of laurel and wide patches of bracken, all the while searching for the stream mentioned to you by the whispering voice of your unknown collaborator. As you reach the north side of the jagged hillock, your eyes are drawn to the west where a thin, shimmering, moss-lined band winds its way through the trees. You found the stream. After pausing to briefly survey your surroundings, you move up to the edge of the stream and begin following it north, your eyes peeled for any sign of something that might resemble a split rock. You've covered nearly 300 yards when your welcome sight looms out of the forest ahead. Rising up at the edge of the stream, its surface covered with a thick carpet of green moss, is a massive boulder split almost in half by a deep, jagged fissure. As you draw up to the imposing stone, your eyes scour the surrounding wood for any sign of movement. Suddenly, a soft, feminine voice issues from somewhere behind a rock. Please stay where you are. It's better that we don't know each other. Same voice you heard previously. Heeding the odd directive of the unknown ally, you stand in front of the cracked boulder, your eyes still warily scanning the immediate area. Suddenly, you spot a heap of objects lying at the edge of the undergrowth, only a few yards to your right. Those are your things, said the voice, as if your discovery of the object was directly observed. There are a few other items I took the liberty of adding. I hope they'll prove to be of use. I must be off. You, too, would be wise to not linger here any longer than necessary. Keep following the stream. It will lead you to the road. Head north on the road, and you'll reach Hawklore. It's not far. With countless questions churning in your mind, you begin asking the hidden stranger about how it was she discovered you, about the attack on the coach, about the reason the bandits were holding you captive. There's much that I might be able to say, but there isn't time. You and I are still in great danger here. I'll say only that you were meant to get in that coach, says the voice. But for all their cruel cleverness, they never expected me. I'll say no more about it. Not yet. Just get yourself to Hawklore, please. The voice falls silent. Perplexed but grateful for all that your unseen abettor has done for you, you pronounce your gratitude, only to have the spoken sentiment met with silence. Soft, mysterious voice does not speak again. Okay, after peering behind the boulder and finding no one, you examine the pile of objects. As the voice stated, your opens and several pieces of leather armor make up the small heap. Take your possessions. I'll wield the short sword now. And that's all I got. Short sword and a dagger. Many of the items you discovered during your adventures require you to click on them. Yeah, we got that. Take an available item. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll take some boots. And I'll take, okay. I'll take a breastplate and a helm as well. Let's go ahead and look at my inventory and make sure we put those things on. Put the breastplate on over the shirt, sure. Put some boots on. We'll put the hat on. Okay, we're good to go. I'm 9% encumbered. No big deal. Not wishing to remain here any longer, you begin following the stream north, hoping that before too long you'll come across a road mentioned by your unseen rescuer. After almost a mile, the stream bends to the west. You turn along with it, and soon you find yourself moving gradually uphill through a less tangled swath of forest. A mile after changing directions, the trees around you begin to thin out just as you near the top of a broad, low escarpment. You carefully climb onto the top of the rocky shelf and are elated by the sight that greets your weary eyes. On the far side of the rise in the forest below, you spot a broad, well-worn road running north and south. Confident you've at last found the road you learned about from your unknown ally, you start down the slope, thankful to have survived your first real brush with danger and more eager than ever to reach Hawklore. You arrive at the edge of the well-traveled town road and find it deserted. After carefully surveying both lengths of the empty stretch, you turn and make your way north, crossing a well-maintained bridge that spans a small stream. Past the bridge, the road widens into a broad, tree-lined lane that runs between a sprawling mill and a flourishing orchard, the first signs of human habitation you've seen over your last few days. At the last of the orchard disappears behind you. As it disappears behind you, the lane opens into a wide, stony track that gradually descends to meet a huddled collection of wood and stone structures framed on three sides by the encroaching arms of a surrounding forest. First glimpse of the village of Hawklore. Do we need tips? We don't need... We should take a look at some tips. Okay. Save your game often. Melee rating. What is melee rating? Is that it right there? 25? Is that good? Who knows? Stamina points is my current health. Got it. Urzin the Outfitter. It's got some good gear here in there. Okay. The Caves of Westfold and the Savage Wild. A couple of adventures we've got out there. And the Sryth Adventurers Guild. Okay. That's for the... that's like the premium version of this game. Alright, safe location. Got it. You're in Hawklore. Small settlement nestles against the eastern flank of the Hard Hills in southwest Tyza. Citizens of Hawklore, mostly farmers and woodcutters, have long enjoyed the prosperity born of the fruitful commerce with the cities like Treethick, Talonus, and Murgspill. Oddly enough, an unmistakable mood of gloom hangs over the thriving village. People of Hawklore seem anxious, even frightened about something. You learn that a few of the settlement's residents remain willing to venture past the boundaries of the village. Visit a shop. Source of a strange something. We've got a mercantile, a smithy, a tavern. Explore the town. If we paid, we could do that one. Proving grounds. A windowless building with a blue door. Explore the rails at random. You know what? Let's go to the inn. Hill's Feet Inn. Been a long day. All but deserted. Its keeper, a slender one-eyed woman named Jenda, smiles at you while going about her daily chores. Two men are seated at a table at the inn's common room going over a map. One of the men is rather rotund and dressed in exotic silks. The other seems less refined and by his looks appears to be a quite rugged individual. So let's chat with Jenda. No time to talk right this minute, huffs Jenda as she busies herself with another task. Running in is quite time-consuming, you know. You ought to have a go at it sometime. Well, let's go talk with the two men. First, two men at the table engage in conversation. The large man introduces himself as Terrid. The younger man is Nendo. Explains that he's a merchant looking to move a wagon load of cloth to the city of Trithic in the north. Tells you that the road north of Trithic has become a dangerous place of late and that he's seeking to hire a couple of guards for the journey. Already got Nendo here, he says, but with the trouble there's been lately about the roads, I could use another. You look like you'd be good in a pinch. You look trustworthy, he says. I'll tell you what, I can pay you 20 gold when we arrive in Trithic if you sign up for the trip. What do you say? Sure! Jumps from the table with glee when you accept it. How happy was he? Is he super happy? He and Nendo set about preparing the wagon for the journey. We'll leave immediately, says, well, I'm trying to get a rest here, says Terrid as he loads some provisions onto the back of the covered wagon. That way we can be in Trithic in 3 days' time, no or less. Within the hour, you have begun the journey north of Hawklore, seated at the front of the wagon with Terrid, who's driving, and Nendo, who seems ever watchful of anything and everything. As you travel, you learn that Nendo met up with Terrid in the city of Gralduk several months back, and he's been in his employment as a guard ever since. The first 2 days of journey go smoothly, but at dawn on the third day you travel, you are confronted with the first real danger of the trek. My music stopped. There we go. The wagon slows to a halt as 5 men armed with axes and wooden clubs step out into the road and block the way. Terrid whispers to you that the wagon is much too laden to even consider outrunning them along the road. Give us your wagon, we'll spare your lives, says the bold leader of the 5 men. When Terrid refuses their demands, the 5 men surge forward and attack. Your ability as hired muscle is being put to the test. Nendo draws his longsword and leaps to intercept the men before they reach the wagon. Terrid cowers on the buckboard. Defend or flee? No, we'll defend with Nendo. Alright, you and Nendo locked in mortal combat with 5 bandits. Good luck, Nook. Okay, we'll do it. Begin combat. Alright, my job is to kill my enemy. Yes, attempt to slay your enemy. That's what I want to do. When you check this, we're going for it. Okay, you slash at your enemy. Enemy loses 5 health. Your bandit attacks ferociously. I lose 0. Excellent. Can I cast a spell like summon the undead? You summon a greater wraith to assail your enemy. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we're going aggressive. Enemy loses 10. I lose 0 still. Is that one ending now? I don't know. Okay. Option is to flee. He's getting taken down though. I don't have any items, so I think we're gonna go normal this time. Slash that. He loses 8. We're tearing this guy up. Yeah, keep going aggressive. Take him down. Oh, he got me for 8. Ouch. One more time. Okay, we got him for 10. You've slain your foe. Okay, I gained 2 experience in necromancy. I'm not sure if I upgrade my account. Gotcha. You healed back 6 stamina points. I was reading a thing on Reddit about how you can pay for this thing, buy like a year subscription of it. I guess it adds a few extra things in there. I'm not sure if it's how worth it is. I have no idea, actually. I know we picked the right person for the job, exclaims Terrid. Isn't there 5 of them? You and Nendo pick over the dead bandits and discover some items which may be of use. You take any of the following you want. There's an axe, a club, and a club. Oh, I'll take an axe. Okay. Got some encumbrance for that, but I'll take it. And I got 6 gold. Okay. Let's go. Do I want to have the axe instead of the short sword? No, don't drop it. I'll take the axe. And what's ST versus CM? I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. The rest of the journey to Sryth passes without incident. Upon reaching Sryth, Tarad pays you what you agreed upon and purchases you a coach ticket back to Hawkler. Accept your 20 gold tokens, after which you board the coach bound for Hawkler and several other points south. You shouldn't have any more trouble with bandits unless there's more of their ilk lurking about, laughs Tarad as you depart. Anyway, you can handle them, I'm sure, Nook. When the coach arrives in Hawkler 2 days later, you disembark. Oh, I'm back at Hawkler. Okay. Well, it's pretty gloomy around here. I probably could use a rest. No, I might hit for 2. I'm fine. I can't. When can I level this up? 14 experience. How much experience do I have? I don't think I have enough of that. I have that much experience. Okay. Yeah, level 2. Do it again. We're gonna be a mad necromancer. 20 experience? Okay. Sure, we'll put points into that one. And then I guess I can go into skills and upgrade some of these things as well. Speed is 30 before you can use it to identify items. Gotcha. What about thievery? If I want to use thievery. Attempted to use it. No special use here. I guess if I'm somewhere like I can use that. Whatever. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Let's go figure out what's going on. The strange humming? Oh, that's... Okay, that's a... Okay, I got you. Oh, no, don't want more. I understand. Pay money, huh? People are glum. We have a ragged peddler lurking about the village square. We can, let's go to the, there's a shop over there. Who's Dethural? I don't know. Let's go check out that peddler. Approach the peddler. Looks up and smiles, though it's fairly obvious that the expression is forced. Then he mumbles a greeting and quickly casts his gaze about the village square. When his eyes return to you, he steps closer and speaks in a low but suddenly clear voice. You don't strike me to be much like the rest of them, he says, waving his arm in an attempt to convey that he's speaking about the village at large. I know just a bit about a bit, if you follow, and I've got something that's sure to be of interest to you. Are you interested? Of course. Only a fool wouldn't be interested, he says, all but growling the last word. Follow me, if you will. I have no desire to set out with my valuable wares here, just over there by that thicket. Yes, that'll do. He's gonna rob me. At the edge of the thicket, just out of sight of the lane that runs from the stables to Hawkler's main thoroughfare, the peddler lays out a grand collection of enchanted plumes. These are the plumes which are large silver feathers of a takabak, a 3-man-sized feathery predatory bird. Okay. Have been enchanted with magical power. Someone like you ought to know proper use for one of these, he says. Mine, though, I'll only ever sell you one of them. So make your choice with care, friend. Have a look. We have enchanted plume 1. Automatically augment any piece of head armor you're wearing with a bonus to melee weapon. What's this one do? Oh, same thing. Okay, how much are they? Set a firm price with each one of these, mostly mumbling, but I could see my way to cutting that price should you have anything that might be interest me. What do you mean? His eyes narrow and the old man just moves closer to you. Despite the fact that you're quite alone against the thicket that edges the stables, he glances about nervously as if he fears being overheard or observed. I happen to have a keen interest in acquiring artifacts, he says, mumbling through the last few words. Aldevarian artifacts, to be plain. I can tell you, here and now, that if you were to present me with a tidy lot of them, say a dozen, I'd happily sell you any of the plumes for half the price. Don't go spreading that around. Mind? Okay. Can I buy this? No, this is... Oh, man, maybe there is a bunch of this stuff. Ugh. Alright, well, fine. I don't want it. Okay. I guess any of these AG ones, but that's not an AG one. Whatever. What's adventures for this location? Adventures currently available here. We can start an adventure. We can go to the Savage Wild, learn that Landmere Grafin, whose farm sits on the outskirts of Hawkler, has been recently begun to report wolf attacks against his renowned sheep. And we have the caves of Westfold. Disappearance of a handful of villagers, coupled with a growing number of attacks on livestock. Let's go to the caves. Yeah. Let's do it. Shadows have fallen over Hawkler of late as a handful of citizens have gone missing. It's widely suspected that goblins have re-inhabited some of the caves that lie scattered about the Westfold region to the north. Consensus of the village council that the head of the militia is that the goblins must be removed by any means necessary. When you inquire with the village council regarding the recent attacks in Westfold, and subsequently offer them your services, they are overjoyed and immediately summon the head of the village militia, a gray-haired former field captain in the Tysian army named Connerin. He meets you with a shoulder cross and smiles broadly when the village council members inform him of your offer to tackle the problem. Too many these days are accustomed to living under the protection of others, says Connerin gruffly. I'm certainly happy to see that not all the bold adventurers have left these parts. The world solely needs folk like yourself, who haven't forsaken grit and valor. Yeah, that's me. Explains that Westfold is an area of forest and farmland to the northeast of the village. Goblins, trolls, and ogres, says Connerin. Lived in that place for one time. Killed off and all that. Several farmers whose land border Westfold have recently spotted goblins sneaking through their fields and skulking about in the forest. Also, missing livestock. And of course, a handful of folk who have gone missing as well. Suspected that the goblins have re-inhabited one or more of the many caves that litter the Westfold area. Can't be allowed to fester, says Connerin. Goblins sneaking about in the shadows and steal livestock will grow into a bloodthirsty army capable of raising villages and towns. I got it. He and the village council wish to be kept informed of your progress. While they cannot offer you a king's ransom, they will see to it that you receive 500 gold tokens upon successful completion of the mission. As it concludes, wish you luck. Thank you for your bravery. So perhaps something here will be of use to you, he says. Ooh, there's a dagger, there's a club, there's a sword, a tunic, a skull cap, and some gloves. I don't have any gloves. I'll take some gloves. Sure. I don't need anything else. So, I'll put those on. Go back to here. Okay. Before you depart, Connerin explains how to reach Westfold and offers you a few final words of caution. He also commends you for undertaking such a difficult and dangerous task. Well, that's the kind of guy I am. All of goblindom is savage and knows no mercy. He cautions you. Hatred is their very essence, and it is that which drives them. You must never expect quarter from their like, and you would be wise to give none. Ominous words from Connerin. Ominous words, Connerin. We went to select the travel option for the main Hawkler. Okay. So we come over here and travel. They went to travel to... which one was it? Westfold. Hey, to Westfold. Yeah, let's go to visit Westfold. Okay. Your meandering has brought you... I don't know what meandering. A vast region of forested hills, jagged tors, and outlying farmland on the northeast edge of the village of Hawkler. While the place has had a history of playing host to the wide assortment of less than desirable inhabitants over the years, goblins, ogres, and all that. Several sets of goblin tracks lead up to the largest cave of the cave mouths. Yeah, let's go there. There's also a boulder-strewn hillock. No, we're going straight in. Cool breeze drifts out the wide, dark mouth of the cave before you. The cave's moss shows much sign of recent activity. A vague feeling of apprehension comes over you as you peer into the unsettling gloom. Enter the dark cave. Oh, here we actually in a map. Okay. So, light streams into the cave from its mouth to the south. Two broken wooden spears from a tattered leather waistcoat lie against the wall here. Close examination of the waistcoat reveals that it has been pierced repeatedly and heavily stained in blood. We're going north. Okay, we can go back south and north. We're going north. There's mold, patches of... Yeah. Heard something. Halting shouts ring out of the darkness ahead. You clearly make out the voices of at least two humans intermingled with those of several goblins. Before long, 5 goblins emerge with shadows, leading a group of 3 humans, a severely wounded man, and 2 women. The humans have their hands bound, and each shows obvious signs of ugly misuse. Suddenly, the wounded man stumbles and falls to his knees before he can attempt to regain his feet. 2 goblins set upon him and begin to beat him savagely. One of the women screams, but is instantly silenced by a solid blow from one of her goblin captors. She slumps to the ground, moaning pitifully. Without a second thought, you rush forward and attack the goblins. Well, maybe a second thought. Okay. 2 shade goblins. Alright. Before they get their writs, I'm going to kill them. Yeah. Kill your enemy. Okay. You hack at your enemy. They lose 13. The shade goblins shriek as they attack you with their crude weapons and miss, apparently. I'm going to summon the undead. You summon a cadaver to assail your enemy. +5 to your melee rating this round. I'm also going to summon... Is it just this round, I guess? So we're going to aggressively hit him. My cadaver relentlessly assails him for plus 12 for this round, I guess, so it would be more damage. He's almost down. We'll just do a normal attack. Okay. Oh, almost got him. They shriek as they attack with their crude spears. One more. There we go. We got him. There's one more, isn't there? I got 3 more stamina points from healing. Step over the bloodied corpses. I guess it's both. It's just the fight overall. Oh, no, we got another one. Okay. Step over the corpses of the goblins and glare menacingly at the remaining 3 goblins. 2 of the goblins step back, apparently dismayed by your display of combat prowess, or the dead guy standing next to me. The largest of the 3, however, moves towards you, brandishing a crude stone axe. I brandish my axe, too. Snarls ferociously. Okay. Bring out my Wraith Touched. Your Wraith-like touch sends a deathly chill through your enemy. He hit me for 7. I'm going to aggressively hit him. Hack at your enemy for 3. He is tearing me up. I'm going to go summon. Can I do this again? Yeah. Abyssal Ghast has come in. And we strike him down. Enemy loses 39. Oh my, we destroyed that guy. Okay. The goblin staggers to the left and then slumps to the floor, nearly decapitated. The 2 remaining shade goblins turn and flee into the shadows, the sounds of their footfalls quickly fading. You move over the 3 humans and sever their bonds that tie their hands and suggest that they all make at once for the cave entrance to the south. You help the fallen man to his feet, and with his arm over your shoulder, you follow behind the 2 women as they hurriedly exit the goblin lair. You emerge into the sunlight of the Westfold, and with the wounded man's arm draped around your neck, and set him down gently with his back against a large boulder. Introduce yourself to the group of 3 who repeatedly thank you for rescuing them from their goblin captors. They're all battered and shaken from the recent ordeal, but they look upon you with unflowing admiration. You should be. I am your god now. I just saved you with my... Necromancy's getting to my head here. You came along at not a moment too soon, he says, wincing as he speaks. You mean not a moment too late, he says. He should say those hellish creatures had already killed 6 of us. We were no doubt moments away from sharing their fate. Remember that the 3 people you have rescued are actors, part of the 3rd House acting troupe that left Talonus almost a month ago heading for the city of Sryth. Wounded man Ecker and the 2 women, Jarl and Cyrna, explained that they were 9 members in their troupe and that they are the last surviving members. They came on us at dusk, says Jarl, choking back tears as she speaks in a wavering voice. My 2 brothers were the only ones among us bearing arms, and they were first to be killed by those foul beasts. Took the rest of us into that cave. My sleep will never be free of nightmares. Ecker rises painfully to his feet and embraces Jarl as tears begin streaming on her face. Cyrna tells you that there are 4 other members of the troop were killed inside the cave by a large, fearsome, particularly brutal goblin named Blalak. He must be the leader of these goblins, she says, her tone one of sadness edged with anger. But the other goblins feared him greatly. He wore a necklace of live spiders. Oh, that's cool. When he carved and devoured pieces of the raw flesh from those whose lives he ended without mercy with his terrible blade. There are others in that place too, still alive, though I doubt it will be for much longer. If you are to have any hope of rescuing them, you must not delay. Tell the actors that you have no intention of letting any further harm come to those that the goblins have taken captive. You only hope that they will be able to rescue them in time. Wounded, fatigued, and still badly shaken from their ordeal, the 3 actors are eager to move away from the Westfold at once. Point them in the direction of Hawkler and tell them that they can find shelter and safety within the village. Good luck to you, Nook, says Ecker, as he and the others start off on the journey to the Westfold. Our prayers will be with you. As the group steps away, Cyrna turns from her companions, rushes back to you, and suddenly throws her arms around you, embracing you tightly. Suddenly, and quite unexpectedly, she leans in close and kisses you softly on the cheek. Cyrna steps back and looks at her companions who have stopped to wait for her and smiles. If you're ever in Talonus, Nook, she says, you can find us at the 3rd House of Pennicarn Lane. May the Allfather watch over you in that dark place. Farewell. You wave at the actors, and they depart and watch until they disappeared from sight. When they're gone, you again turn your attention to the dark entrance of the goblin lair. Okay, we're back at the cave. I think we got a call today here. This is Sryth, which has been out forever, apparently. There's a Kickstarter thing going on. I'll put a link below, and you can play it. I mean, it's on your browser, so you can play it on your phone, which I think I probably will be doing in the next few days, because it's, I'm liking it so far. So anyway, we're going to call it a day. We are, I don't know where that place is. We're not too far from, I don't know, somewhere around here. Anyway, I'll put a link below. You can check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.